If you're a fan of Secret Santa romances, you should buy my video game, Too Many Santas. Fall in love with all sorts of Santas, including Sassy Santa, Saintly Santa, played by me, and of course, Secret Santa.
Argo Font Book Review, Argo Font Book Review.
The secretive Matthias Blackstone has spent a long time trying to uncover the true identity of famous children's author Jacq Rabbit. Her real name is Jacqueline Randall. Like the fairies that she paints, she's tiny, cute, impulsive, and sexy. They meet at a family party. Matthias is instantly attracted to her. Immensely attracted. Hugely attracted. As in, I want to marry this stranger by the end of the week. Attracted to her. She finds him dangerously attractive, too. She runs away so she can make paintings of him where he looks like a dragon, because that's what she likes doing. Jack's family members run a PR firm. She is not part of their business. They're so desperate to get Matthias as a client, they agree to his unreasonable demand to meet with them as long as Jacq attends. Matthias doesn't say, "I'll only meet with you if you bring your hot daughter," but it's pretty close. He refuses to start the meeting until Jacq arrives. He talks business for about half a page, and then he insists on leaving with Jacq so he can ask her out on a date. He's not the kind of man who wastes time. There is an odd scene where Jack's father says, "This business deal is so important, we should blackmail Jacq to make sure it goes through." Geez, Dad, blackmailing your daughter? Do you hate her or something? I'm a little confused as to why Dad cares so much about Matthias's business. Matthias says he's a procurer. People pay him to find things like lost family members or cheap property. What does that have to do with Dad's PR business? Remember, Dad's willing to blackmail his family members to make a deal with Matthias. I don't understand why the future of Dad's business depends on him getting a client whose company has 2 employees and a totally unrelated business field. Matthias takes Jacq to dinner with the Davenports. Jacq doesn't like how Matthias is so rigid and formal. She shakes him out of his comfort zone by saying unexpected things like, "We're getting married next week," and "I lost the engagement ring after he handcuffed me to the head of the bed." I'm not going to comment on that. Matthias kisses her goodbye at the end of the night. The kiss is precise, careful, and thorough, just like him. She visits his office the next day. She complains he's too structured and grid-focused. He needs more color in his life. She even paints a dragon on his desk when he's not looking. The dragon painting confirms she's Jacq Rabbit. Matthias makes a list of things he can do to show her he's spontaneous. Dude, if you're following a to-do list, then you're not a spontaneous person. Matthias gets her a dragon-shaped engagement ring, along with the most amazing catered lunch. He lets Jacq attend his next business meeting with a pair of 14-year-old girls. Sounds like important business to me. The girls want him to give their parents a honeymoon. So Matthias and Jacq go to a bunch of different resorts to see their honeymoon suites. An unexpected snowfall forces them to spend the night together in the very romantic setting. Jacq tells the sad story of her ex-fiancé. He was secretly a spy for a rival company. Matthias tells the sad story of his son Christopher. Christopher died tragically. That's why Matthias is so sad and harsh. Now that the two of them have bared their souls to each other, they engage in adult activities for 2 days. The evil ex-fiancé returns to harass Jacq and her family. Matthias bursts into the room and breaks his nose, quickly putting an end to that storyline. Jacq and Matthias reunite Mrs. Davenport with her long-lost daughter. Jacq makes him dress up like Santa to give hundreds of gifts to kids in need. They play a fun game of paintball using slingshots. My copy of the book is missing a page here, which made me realize we're really close to the end. There's only 1 chapter left. Well, that's more than enough time for a third act breakup. Jacq is shocked to learn Matthias first approached her because he was hired to find Jacq Rabbit. He tries to explain he's legitimately fallen in love with her. He wasn't manipulating her all along. She returns his engagement ring and leaves. Jack's sister convinces her to give Matthias another chance. It turns out he wanted to find Jacq Rabbit, not for a shady client, but for a cute kid who is dying of leukemia. Jacq sells one of her paintings as a fundraiser, which is so successful they find a bone marrow donor, so the kid lives. Jacq apologizes to Matthias, and he proposes for real. The end. Post-book follow-up. This is an okay romance novel. It was popular enough to get turned into a 2-volume Japanese manga. The prologue was a little rushed and confusing to me. It might have been better to delay the introduction of Jack's 3 family members until Chapter 1. They are minor characters. They probably shouldn't have been introduced before Jacq. I also would recommend having Matthias and Jacq talk to each other in the prologue. I think Jack's the highlight of the book. Her love of art paints the way she sees the world, and it adds flavor to the story. I could see some people being annoyed by it and complaining the art metaphors wear thin after a while. Overall, it's fine for a Christmas romance novel. I could see it being expanded into a TV movie. The title is so good. Nobody seems to mind that this book has little to do with Christmas. I give Harlequin romance number 3846, Her Secret Santa, a 6 out of 10.